Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Shannon Sharpe's SA case proves how dangerous 304s are. Let's get right into it.
Family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Okay, I think this was interesting. His response to what's going on. I don't want to play. You guys are probably watching all these clips. I doubt anyone's on this planet hasn't seen what's going on. You've probably seen pictures of the OnlyFans girl, OnlyScams girl, right? And to me, this is one of those situations where married men have a severe advantage over single men who spend their time with different women, right? Because married men who are loyal to their wives don't go through this. Okay? This is one of the troubles that you're going to face, even I'm going to face, as a man that's single and trying to, spread his seed far and wide. The problem with that is that there are nefarious women, 304s, who want to smear you, right? And they can do it with impunity, right? There's really no cost to OnlyFans girl. It makes her more popular. Her subscriptions are probably going through the roof. But for you, now you have to play damage control. Because from what I heard, Shannon Sharpe's negotiating a $100 million deal right now as we speak. And guess how much the 304 wants? $50 million. Okay, so here's a couple things I want to talk about the case, and I'm going to just give you my personal take, because I know everyone's giving their own take on it. One, supposedly, they've had an ongoing relationship for some time now, and they met originally in California at a gym. From what I know, Shannon Sharpe is in his 50s, and this girl is in her early 20s, or literally just 20. Okay? Now, Shannon Sharpe strikes me as a person who probably didn't get that many girls in high school and college. And the reason why that's significant, because who you are before you become famous, it's almost like you're trapped in that person. A lot of people don't understand that. Like, whatever age you become famous, you are stuck in that identity. Fame doesn't make you grow up at all. It prolongs wherever you are. Okay? So because of this, and I don't know this, I can't speak to this too much, but whoever Shannon Sharpe was before he became a celebrity football player, he's trapped in that person, right? And so he's not no knock to him, not my personal opinion about this, but from what I heard, women don't find him the most attractive. He's kind of a country bumpkin kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? He's from the South somewhere. And so, he could easily be manipulated by women, in my personal opinion, because he's never really experienced women outside of fame. See, when you are famous and women are throwing themselves at you, if you don't know how to handle it prior to being famous, you're not going to know how to handle it while you're famous. Right? Now, here's the thing, right? There's so many mistakes from what I could see. From all the information, there's a lot of information. I see text messages out there. Supposedly there's an audio call and all this stuff like that. Shannon Sharpe clearly doesn't cover his bases when it comes to women. I tell this to people all the time, and I say this and I've said this on my channel. Every conversation you have with a woman, you treat it as if you're having, especially if it's over the phone, and especially if it's like you can document it, treat it as if you're having it in front of an audience. Don't say nothing to a woman that you wouldn't say in front of a group of people. Because chances are, if you're famous, they're going to be recording you, which tends to happen. Literally, she baited him by recording him, right? It was so evil. This is so oh my God. You know what I'm saying? It makes me like so, I don't want to say fearful, but I got to be so cautious. And black men, you got to be so cautious of like stuff like that. Because 1 minute a girl could be slobbing you off, gawk gawk 3,000. But the next minute she could be recording a phone call trying to set you up just to bait you in a lawsuit and make you want to pay so it goes away, right? Because they offered them a $10 million settlement to make this go away. But it ain't no going away. Once this hits the media outlets as it has, it caught fire. And now it's everywhere. Okay? And like I said, a lot of damage to Shannon Sharpe, which from what I've heard, he signed to Disney or something like that. I don't really know his business intertwined too much and who he has a deal with. I know he's popular on YouTube. I know, he's famous for that big interview with Cat Williams last year. So Shannon Sharpe has a lot of eyeballs on him. He could generate a lot of attention, and therefore that's how he's very valuable, right? But as a man, I'm going to say this. As a man, there is no punani that's worth the nonsense that he's going through right now. Right? I get it. You want to be, I'm a celebrity. I get girls. People make fun of him. They say he looks like, what's that girl name? Big Berta? I don't even know. They compare him to this ugly woman. They say they look alike. The sad part about it, they do kind of look alike. So he's not really bagging girls on his looks. So he really is leading with his fame and his success and his money to get girls, which is so dangerous because, one, you probably want the validation like all hell. Like, if you're not that good looking of a guy and you've never been treated like you're that good looking of a guy, you're starving for that validation. You're starving. So in his mind, it's like, he wants to, like, when she offers him this whole wild, because, in the text messages I've been seeing and the audio that was played, she's clearly offering him this kind of wild sexual experience that he wants to participate in. But what he doesn't realize is, and this happened to another person, this is why it's so crazy. This happened to another baseball player recently, where a girl tried to say, she tried to have like this kind of violent sexual experience with him where he was punching her in the face. And he probably had no idea that she was setting him up, for a fake lawsuit. Unfortunately for the girl, she wasn't that clever. She got kind of caught in her tracks because she has text messages telling her friends that she's going to set him up. So this girl she's actually sucked at trying to scam this dude. But the current person scamming Shannon Sharpe, she kind of had a little bit of probably help. And so she orchestrated this pretty well. Now, I would say this. I think Shannon Sharpe is in between a rock and a hard place. I don't think there's going to be any easy way to get out of this. Is he innocent? I presume so. Because to me, if you were, quote unquote, assaulted, raped, whatever you were, how come you didn't go to the police? Why is all of a sudden everybody that gets SA'd, they want lawsuits? Like, if this is so traumatic, if you are, quote unquote, if you're a victim of a crime, why are you not going to the cops? That's what bothers me about it. That to me just kills, the credibility of the entire thing. The fact that you went straight for a lawsuit, it's almost as if women are saying that they're okay with being assaulted so long as they get paid for it, which is wild. And if she's on Only Scams, does that surprise you? I mean, she is willing to devalue herself by showing her body all online for money. She's willing to exploit herself, exploit her body, her sacred goods for money. So clearly, in my personal opinion, yeah, she's going to be willing to be assaulted for a big payday, right? But then that begs the question, did you really get assaulted? If you want money at the end? This is why, men, you have to understand that you got to know who you are. If you're that guy and you get girls like that, then that's one thing. But if you're that guy, if you're not that guy, don't try to be the guy that you're not. Don't. Because you won't understand. You will never, if you're a famous dude and you didn't really get girls growing up prior to you being famous, I'm telling you, you're not going to know how to handle women. You're not. I see it time and time again. Even the dudes that knew how to handle, even Trey Songz, he ran into his whole mess. This is what I'm trying to say. In a way, married men, they have an advantage because they could avoid all this altogether. Because you're not trying to go out there and get your shit wet. You know what I'm saying? You got something at home, even though technically your wife could accuse you of something, right? But even that, you know what I'm saying, is going to be harder to prove, right? And if you have a good wife, let's just assume that you can have a good wife. You're not worried about this at all. And it kind of pushes me towards marriage. Like, yeah, do I really want to be out here risking, like, the amount of trouble you got to go through to successfully sleep with women at his level? Me personally, I'm gonna record every encounter. No phone calls, right? I check everybody's bag. First of all, I'm not going to your place. The fact that he was going to this place is crazy. You could get murked that way. I don't know why he's going to her place, but apparently he's going to her place. So I wouldn't be doing that. Everything's going to be at my place, and even if it's at my place, I'm going to tell her, hey, look, my place is just covered with cameras. So everything you say, everything we say and do, just to cover my back, is going to be recorded. That's how I move. That's how I'm planning to move. If I'm going to live like that, I'm going to have a house where you walk in, camera there, camera here, camera there, everything we talk about. There ain't going to be a camera in the bedroom. But my thoughts are, I'm going to have proof that we initiate a hookup prior to the bedroom, then we go to the bedroom. That I would love to show the whole transaction of, so if something like this happened, I can just drop the tape. This is the day she's talking about. That's the day she's talking about. Look at she come in. We're in. You see how she casually came in here. I'm on the couch. She jumped on top of me, hooked up. Then she remembered that it's all being recorded. And then she led me into the bedroom. I'll even have it where the girl's leading me, and I'll tell them, like, I do this for my own protection. If you don't want to hook up with me under these conditions, I don't want to hook up, because it's going to be a he say she say match in this scenario. And then it's going to be left up to people's interpretation of what they think, And since she's a white girl, he's a black guy. He looks guilty by prejudice. She looks innocent by prejudice. So, you know what I'm saying? He's not really, there's no way, there has to be a portion of people that believe she's honest about this. There has to be. Now, us black people, we kind of know the deal. We know that he ain't trying to go. We're assuming. I really can't speak to his innocence too much. But my assumption is this is a shakedown, like he's saying. This is a shakedown. He's trying to go the racial route. I understand it. I do think there's a racial element to it. But Shannon, bro, if you know that, it's almost like you should have. It bothers me because, like, bro, you should have known better. There's no way you didn't think, you thought it was okay to talk to a girl about choking her and doing stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't, bro, these are conversations you can't have. And it doesn't even make, to me, it doesn't even make the hookup that much more interesting. Like, all y'all that are into violence during hookups and intercourse, I don't see the appeal of it. Like, I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't choke a girl a little bit, grab her by the neck, but it's not something you vocalize. Don't say, oh, yeah, I want to choke. Because that could be misinterpreted so much. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he made a mistake by talking on the phone, sending explicit texts, and even choosing this particular girl. If I was him, hey, bro, like, him and Tracy Ellis Ross, this is the match that made in heaven, right? He should be banging Tracy Ellis Ross. At least she ain't gonna lie about this. Right? She's gonna get the kind of D that she wants, and he already has kids, and she can't have kids, so he should be hooking up with girls like that, girls that have something to lose, not girls who have everything to gain and nothing. This girl, there is no bad publicity for a girl that's only scams. There's no bad publicity for a 304. All of it's valuable to them. All of it. And the sad thing about this is this is not the last time this is gonna happen. More and more dudes are gonna get scraped by this because they don't have any dick discipline. They don't. You know what I'm saying? This is why I don't mind being celibate, because what am I really missing out on? The potential to get an STD, the potential to knock somebody up, the potential to be falsely accused. Like, what are you really missing out on if you're not smashing random girls? This is why long-term relationships, such as marriages or long-term girlfriends, have their advantage, because if you got a solid bond with someone that's not a lunatic, like this only scams girl, someone that you truly know, you can comfortably enjoy your sex life. There's no way to comfortably enjoy your sex life as a celebrity in these times when women can falsely accuse you for free, no cost to them, and has all the cost to you. This is one-sided. It costs you a fortune, and it costs her nothing. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Shannon Sharpe, I'm praying for you, brother. I hope you're innocent. I hope your name gets cleared. Either way, to me, the damage is already done. The goal is, the hope is there's not any more damage that can be done after this. All right? Like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.